Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Um, Today I'm just gonna be doing the usual, just chatting type stuff. Nothing too out there. I'm pretty low energy right now. I'm pretty tired. I haven't been sleeping that well, and yeah. But hey, it is what it is. And I guess I'm here now, so there's that. Just for like an hour, but just to say hello to everybody. With that being said, hello, Matthew. Congratulations on being the first person in chat. Hello, Country Lover, Katie, Cheetah Man, Fixie Pixie, Dead Cosmic, Xylem Ponytails, Union Pacific Rail Fan, PP Girl 420, Cutie. Aw, thank you. Yes, I am live, Cheetah Man. How did you know? Hello, Ash, Nate.jpg, Michael G, Snow, Impish Little Centaur. I haven't watched in so long. Well, welcome back regardless, Matthew. Welcome back regardless. First like, though, congratulations. I know it's been a minute, life been life. Yeah, for me, I've been, doing the opposite. I've been no-lifing. Because, like, I don't have a life. That's right. I know, crazy stuff. Who would have guessed? No, but in all seriousness, I'm, like, kind of tired. You know, and sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes I just don't have that much energy, and that's okay. Femi, are you about to go eep eep? I might do that. We'll see. Hello, Batal Crafter. Welcome back. Very good to see you again. Hello, Kelly. Good to see. See, it's always good to see the long-term viewers here. It's always good to see the returning viewers. But yeah, I am pretty low energy today. If you couldn't tell by my demeanor. I don't know. People say, Femyoz, you shouldn't be streaming when you're depressed because you gotta take some time for yourself. But the more time I take for myself, the more isolated I become, I think. Like, this is genuinely, like, I don't know. This is kind of like, I'm not gonna say this is my therapy. Like, I do actually go to therapy, but like this is like it's therapeutic, I guess you could say, sometimes you guys are like my therapists. In all seriousness though, like sometimes, it's like it's a good place to vent, right? YouTube, great place for that. It's good for people like me that like to yap. Otherwise we would just be mentally ill, yapping into the void. But we can yap into the void and get money, I guess, or something, and like attention, things that, who doesn't love those things, right? You gotta love receiving those things. Anyways, I've been a viewer for only 1 year. A year is kind of a while. A year is kind of a while. In my opinion, if you've been watching me for a year, then like you're basically like, I think that a year or more is like OG Femyoz viewer, because like, I mean, I don't know, there's like OG and then there's like OG, you know what I mean? Like, you've got like the Potato Crafters, the Falpliches, etc., that have been around for God knows how long. Like, well before I had any amount of success on YouTube. I think I've been watching for 9 to 10 months. Wait, I guess I did start like the whole... Oh my god, I started streaming vertically over a year ago now. I just okay, maybe a year ago isn't OG anymore. Because like back in the day, I would have considered it a year, but like, I guess I don't know. I don't know, because like for me, I still see people that showed up at my channel during the algorithm the algorithm maxing arc or whatever. Like, I still see those as like newer viewers. I'm making a cactus farm in Minecraft right now. Real. Glad you're happy doing this stuff. Yeah, sometimes I get drained very easily, and I get stressed. I feel pressured, and then I'm not as happy, but outside of all of my anxiety, look, I'm an anxious person at the end of the day. Like, I don't know how obvious that is, considering the fact that, like, I say and do things that, would come across as, not very risk averse, to say the very least. So maybe you would think that I don't have anxiety around a lot of things, but it's actually quite the contrary. It's just not necessarily things that would be normal. Normally, people would be anxious about, like, I don't know, making some of the jokes that I do, you know? Like, oh God, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Whereas with me, it's like, well, you know, I guess I can find out if I'm allowed to make this joke or not. And now for me, I don't know. I'm like anxious in more, I don't know if I'd say subtle ways, because I'm definitely an anxious person. But, you know, something that I've been thinking about recently is how people have different attachment styles. And I think that I definitely fit into the avoidant attachment style category, which is very annoying because I get attached to people very easily. And then I, like, avoid them because I'm anxious. It, like, makes me, like, the fact that I would be willing to trust somebody makes me an anxious person. Like, it doesn't feel... Oh boy, we have some incredible Wi-Fi, truly. Hello? Chat? What the fuck? Chat? Hello? Are we back? Yo, what was that lag? Yo, that was crazy. Okay, it's back. It's back. We're back, folks. Yes, we're live again. Yes, double tap like to revive the stream, everybody. Dude, the stream is gonna be dead. Dude, we were last stream we were algorithm maxing. Now we're back to dead channel maxing. Yeah, ISP shenanigans. Yeah, no, dude, I don't know. I don't know why they do that. They just do. Anyways, with that being said, where was I? But yeah, I think I was talking about something about avoidant attachment styles. Cause like, it's like there's like something in the back of my mind, right? Where it's like, you know, if it's the case that I trust somebody, like that's like a very uncomfortable thing to me, right? Because like I'm waiting for something to go wrong. Like I'm waiting for that trust to be betrayed almost, right? Which probably isn't the most healthy thing, right? I think I'm definitely overly skeptical. You know what I mean? But then if I am distrusting, then I feel bad about it because it's like, well, you know, I should be able to, you know, trust this person because they trust me. Why can't I trust them back? And, you know, it's like, why am I emotionally closed off from people that I should trust? So then I just don't want to think about it. So a lot of times when I get too close to somebody or whatever, where it's like, I'm not sure if I'm like ready to like trust them or not, but I'm like close enough where it's like, I definitely should. It's like, I do this weird thing where like, I'm very avoidant and I feel so bad about it because like reality. Oh my God, why is it so laggy? That's very annoying. But no, the fact of the matter is like I feel bad about it because like I know for a fact that sometimes it's like with people that will blame themselves for it, right? And at the end of the day, like I you know, I don't know, that just like, makes me feel kind of shitty about it, right? Because it has nothing to do with whoever it is, right? It could be anybody. And there have been few exceptions, to say the very least. I don't know. It's like weird because I'll do this thing where I don't know, sometimes I'll like kind of, I don't know if I'd say trauma dump, but I definitely overshare. I definitely overshare sometimes. Like once I like sort of trust somebody, I'll overshare, and then it's like, ooh, maybe I don't know, like I don't know. What if they look at me differently now, and what if they're just saying things because those are the right things to say, but they don't actually feel that way, and you know maybe it would be better if I just like created a little distance to make up for it, type of thing. It's like, for me, I don't know, I just find it difficult to not be avoidant. Um, it's easy to betray people's trust, so it's a valid feeling. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I don't know. I was starting to be a bit more trusting. Um, whatever. Last year, 2024, and I'm not gonna get into what specifically broke that trust. Um, but I thought that, okay, like, I'm not like too trusting. I don't think, like, I'm skeptical enough, but I think I that this is like a reasonable amount, and then it's like, well, happened again, type of thing. And this is like a little bit ago. Like, this was like I don't know, what would it have been, like early 2025. I found out about something that like made me reevaluate everything, and now it's like, ooh, yeah, I don't know. 2025's not been a good year for me. Um, but I don't know. It's like very difficult. I trust isn't given, it's earned. Put that on, period. Yeah, no, for sure. Um, and I think that, like, I do try to surround myself with people that respect that, because, take Summer, or as you all would know her, PP Girl 420, for example, right? Who, for those of you who don't know, I did a stream with in person. And we might do that again at some point. We'll see. We'll see. I might have her over again. Um, but yeah, we're like, I'd say we're dating at this point, right? We've gone on dates, we've done fun stuff together, you know. We didn't need to, let all I'm gonna say, okay, all I'm gonna say is, uh one bed was sufficient, okay? She didn't have to go downstairs and sleep on the, that's all I'm gonna say, right? Um I feel like she's a good example of somebody that's like, I don't know, like super respectful in that, like when it comes to that. Like, I feel like she sort of respects and understands that I'm a little bit avoidant sometimes. I still feel bad about it, but it makes me more inclined to, I don't know how to explain it. There's something about her that really draws me to that. Because right now, because like, I've been avoiding just communicating with people in general because I just haven't been in a good mental state. I don't like to communicate with people one on one when I'm like that, because I'm not me. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm I'm distant, I'm closed off, and I'm kind of a dick. And I don't know. I try not to be, but oftentimes I can be. And like, I don't know. I sometimes I come across as dismissive. Yeah, I always self-isolate. Sassy, you mean? No, it's not in a like a it's not in like a sassy kind of way. It's not like a I'm trying to be mean. It's I'm emotionally closed off and I don't want to deal with this. That's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it comes across as sassy if I do it, but on stream, yeah, I can be a bit fucking sassy. Obviously. That's on stream though. Well, I mean, in person I can be sassy too. But the fact of the matter is, um, when it comes to people that are close to me, I don't know. I'm very closed off. You know what I mean? Don't say the N-word. Yeah, fair. Um anyways, uh I'm a people person. I'm also fat and sassy. Yeah, that's fair. I've always been a complete introvert, and I've been somebody that has consistently bottled up my emotions for most of my life, until, I don't know, maybe the last couple years. And even so, I'm still more closed off than the average person by a lot, I would say. Like, I'm more open about some things and more closed off about others. And it makes me wonder, how closed off is the average person? Like, because I perceive each person to like sort of, like have their business or whatever, but they're going to be open to people that are close to them type of thing. That's what I perceive to be the case. I don't know though, because I can only speak from my personal experience interacting with people. And for whatever reason, I like, and people have told me this, so my perspective is skewed. Essentially, people have told me that for whatever reason, they feel safe opening up to me. And I don't know why that is, but sometimes people that barely know me just like to open up to me and vent, which I like doing that. I like just letting people get their emotions out, right? I think that that's good. Like it feels good being able to do that. Um, anyways, social norms force distance. It is what it is. I don't think that it's even social norms for me. It has nothing to do with social norms. I mean, maybe in some cases it might, but it's not just that. It's not that. I don't know. It's like that means you're a trustworthy person then. Not necessarily. I don't agree with that. I think that there are people that might be easy to. No, no. This might just be my perspective as somebody that isn't very trusting of people in a lot of cases. Um, I don't know. Oftentimes, I make assessments on what I can or can't trust based on the inferential content of previous conversations, as well as like what are the possible responses and likely responses that they would have, right? And what the I guess I base it off of what the other person would or wouldn't have any motivation to do, I guess, and what the incentive structures would look like, right? So for instance, if I say for instance, I don't know, trust somebody enough to share something like, I don't know, like I don't know if I'd say no, I don't want to call it trauma because that makes it sound worse than it is. But if I share something that's like, I don't know, bad that happened when I was younger, let's say. Um like part of my risk benefit analysis is like, okay, like is this person understanding? If they at the very least portray themselves as somebody understanding, if they were to go around, I don't know, sharing this to use it against me, well, that would go outside of that and they would be making themselves look bad. In which case, this would negatively affect them. And this, so I sort of make these assessments, right? Based on the context, if that makes sense. Um, you give a comforting vibe. That's what attracts people to open up to you. Yeah, I feel like it's like I feel like it's difficult for me because I'm I'm obviously autistic, or maybe not obviously. Some people say it's obvious, some people say it's not. But I am autistic. So without being able to like, I don't know, use context or whatever, by default, I'm not the best at reading people. I have to base it off of the inferential content of the conversation. Not be I don't even bother looking at body language because I can't fucking decipher it unless I like think about it. Or like if I have like if I've memorized what like if I haven't memorized what certain body language means, it basically is irrelevant to me, if that makes sense. Um but I have to think about it analytically. Um and I don't know, it's like a part of me wants to be like a people person, but I'm also like a complete introvert and I'm not inherently good with people. I mean, I don't know. There are certain dispositions I have that make me better, but I don't know. Also, thank you, Mr. Kodo111, for the $2, saying, I have been subbed for about 2 years. Thank you so much. And thank you for the dono. I'll leave a little heart on it. Why not? I always forget you can do that. But yes, you have a FetLife question mark? Boy, wouldn't you like to know? Probably only a useful skill. You're also very logical. It could be that people trust you to keep them grounded in reality. Yeah, like, I feel like when it comes to me, I'm, like, good at saying things that are factually correct in a way that doesn't, like, I don't know, like, even if it's not something they wanna hear, like, if it's something, like, I don't know, like, I like, it's a little bit of a struggle, but it's, like, something I can sort of do if it's requested of me, I will do it, right? Like, I'm very careful about it because if somebody doesn't explicitly say, just be, like, brutally honest, like, I'm just gonna think, like, okay, like, I assume that the expectation is I adhere to these social norms, so I guess I will play along with them. But if somebody is like, yo, like, how does this outfit look on me? Be brutally honest. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna follow the instruction of being brutally honest, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna be real. It's just like doesn't work on you. If it doesn't work, you know what I mean? So understandable, like an ambivert, maybe. I don't know. I'm not too familiar um with ambiverts. Um, yeah, don't be nice, be real. Yeah, I anyways. May I ask you a question? If you don't think it's too personal, yeah, go for it. I already overshare on my channel. I don't know. It's like thing is, right? It's weird because there's this juxtaposition of um me presumably like oversharing, like even on here, right? But then also not being trusting of people. But the thing is, right? There are some details of myself that are sort of easy to grasp for most people, and they're not ones that could be really leveraged against me in any meaningful way. Like if somebody like, I don't know, with malicious intent found out that I had depression, what are they going to do? Be like, "Hey everyone, let's all bully Femyoz for having depression." Then they're just going to look like a psychopath. Like, like it's not going to work. It's not going to do anything, right? But if I talk about some of the more nitty-gritty stuff, then, you know, depending on the context, I don't know, it depends on what it is and how recent it is. I feel like if it's something a long time ago, sometimes it's worth sharing regardless. Um, you know, it's a lot easier for me to share things from the past because it's like, well, they're not happening right now, so it doesn't matter. And maybe some people could benefit from hearing it and hearing that, yeah, maybe like if somebody's gone through something similar, for instance. But if I'm going through something in any given moment, I never open, I basically, yeah, it's like I almost never open up about it. But I don't know. You're so pretty. Thank you. Mm, why are you afraid to say? Dude, I don't. My birthday is 9/11/2001. Actually, that's right. Um, anyways. Look, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to share my I don't know. I feel like sharing my birth that feels weird because then it's like then it's not like Femyoz the YouTuber. Then it's like Kai the person. I don't know. That feels weird to me. Hey, thank you. Underscore underscore. Is that an I or a lowercase L? And then two more underscores for the $5. You beautiful fucking bastard. Saying, "God damn, she's bad as hell." Thank you very much. And you know what? I'll do fit. Speaking of fit checks, thank you, Batao Crafter, for the $10. You beautiful fucking bastard. Saying very cute, yeah, very cute fit, Femi. Thank you so much. You know what? Yeah, I'll show it off. I will show it off, everybody. But yeah, this is my outfit for anybody wondering. You know, I know, classic. We all love a nice skirt and whatever this is combo. It goes like. Ooh. Ah. Anyways, such a baddie. Thank you. Anyways, cute. Aw, thank you. What's your SSN? What's your credit card number? Yeah, fair. I don't know. Like for me, it's like, yo, thank you, Randy S, for the $10, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying Dono Train LFG. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Based W Dono Train. Yo, if you want to keep the Dono Train flow in chat, make sure to use the Streamlabs link in the pin message, or you can super chat. Though, disclaimer about super chats is 30% of the money does go to YouTube through super chats with Streamlabs. All of it goes to me. Take that information for what you will. You just do either one. Super chats are more convenient. Streamlabs are great for if you want all the money to go to me, etc. Oh, also fun fact, Streamlabs donos allow for much longer messages, especially no, they definitely do. I don't even think with super chats, I don't even think that you can do like a message for a $1 dono, where like with Streamlabs you can write a whole paragraph for $1 if you want. Like I don't limit it. I could if I wanted, but like I want people to be able to do stuff. But yeah, I could do 2 Skirt Go Spinnies. I know I gotta figure out why my bank blocks Streamlabs. Yeah, and it's like I'm not like, I don't know. Like I don't say it to be like, why are people donating through super chats? You should use Streamlabs. It's because there are people that don't know, right? There are people that don't know where their money is going, and I think that YouTube needs to do a better job disclaiming that. So I'm basically doing it on behalf of YouTube, right? Because I think that transparency matters, right? Can you show your sexy armpits? No, Jesus Christ, you are insane. With that being said, but yeah, for anyone that didn't see the fit,
it's right here.
Anyways, hi Reese. All right. All right. What is your number one goal in life? To become successful at this maybe. But I haven't even been working very hard at that. And, that's kind of, I don't know, reflective of a broader tendency I have, which is my tendency to avoid everything I care about. I don't know what that says about me. It's not even just people that I care about, it's things I care about as well. Even YouTube. Like every time I do YouTube, I become more and more distant over time. In many cases when I go through bad mental health episodes, and I think it's because maybe I'm worried that, I don't know, for some reason I'm gonna ruin it or do something that fucks everything up. Do you know your personality type? I'm pretty sure it's INTP. I don't know, or something similar to that, I think. I don't know, but then again, I took one of those tests when I was like, I don't even know if I was a teenager yet. I think I might have been like 12 or 11, like maybe 13. I don't know. I was a very small child. Yep, you're an INTP. I might be. It was INTP, or what was the other one that wasn't N? What was the other second letter? It was like INTP or ISTP, I think, or something like that. And one of them was like intuition, one of them was No, not INFP. No, I'm saying that like it was like INTP or ISTP or something like that, I think. The difference would be like whether or not it's like observation or intuition. And I think that for me, I don't know, I'm guessing for me it could go either way. Like I feel like in that regard I'm pretty balanced. I don't know. I would actually classify myself more towards the intuition side of things. Like I just like to sort of uh I just like feels easier to just use my intuition instead of like having to, you know. But I kind of do both actually. Cuz like I know that my intuition isn't infallible. But I don't know. Hey, thank you 33 for the 5 Canadian, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying you can write a novel on Streamlabs dono messages. Yeah, pretty much. People have done that. People have done that. But yeah. Anyways, I need to make more emotes for members. They're scared at looking at a baddie. Forget about labels. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that labels matter that much. I think that they matter in terms of allowing us to like create a sense of belonging almost, but they also sort of serve as a detriment sometimes. You know, like we like to categorize things. You know, it's like fun for us. It's like second nature. You know, we just gotta make sure that we're, you know, doing it correctly and not coming to false conclusions. Yeah. Asking ChatGPT to write a 100 chapter tipster fanfic that Femi has to read for $1 on Streamlabs. No, I know there's a maximum character limit, but it's not like, but I don't know. It's like you can get quite a few sentences in, I think. And like you can, like, I don't know. Like anything more than that is like, okay. Like you shouldn't be trying to get like reach the maximum character limit or anything. Like, so if you're not, you'll probably be fine. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's see here. I'm still watching stream, just not typing because I'm feeling ignored. Why is that? Oh, I ignored your joke. What's up with transphobia? How can you be scared of transparent things? I actually didn't see that. Yeah, transparency. Yeah, okay. Which was in reference to another joke that somebody else made. I read all donos, motherfuckers, when I type my dono message in Chinese. Well, at that point, I'd be like, well, that's one of the ones I'm not reading, because I don't speak Chinese. You know, I read all of the ones within the confines of TOS that are, you know, legible. Anyways, who needs ChatGPT when you can write it yourself, which is way funnier? I mean, I don't know. If you're trying to, like, torture a YouTuber, then you would use ChatGPT so that they have to read AI slop. You know? Normal is a setting on a washing machine. You know, that's true. That's actually facts. Chat. Do you want to know something very cool and very awesome? Well, you probably don't, but, you know, I'm going to show it anyway. That's right. Okay? Or do I? You know what? I don't feel like it. Because that would be gay. And I would never be gay. What if I type the entire script of the B movie? I don't know. What happens? Turn your face towards the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and your life will become some much better. Well, clearly my spelling won't become some much better if I turn my face towards the Lord and Savior. So, I don't know. I'm gonna be so real. I don't see how it would. When I was religious, I was just like extremely fucking anxious. Like I was like like the OCD type of religious person. And then I started to question things, and then everything went uphill from there. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, all this is kind of bullshit. Anyways, get on your knees and turn your face to Jesus. I'll be sure to do that. Don't you worry. I am turning my face to look at the Lord and Savior. I'm watching stream. True. Snow spitting straight facts. Can you do your cutest woo? Yeah, sure thing. Woo. Anyways, on the real word of transvestites go, isn't that like a very outdated term? I don't think anybody uses that term anymore. Unless they're like weird or something. Nah, because they had me reading the Bible and I still became a raging homo. True. Religious OCD girlies mood. Yeah, I'm gonna be so real. Look, I don't have OCD, or at least I'm not diagnosed with it. But I definitely have tendencies, okay? You better believe I have some OCD tendencies, all right? But yeah, anyways, hello, Alexis A.
Hope you're doing well.
Anyways, that term reminds me of Silence of the Lambs. OCD is watered down in the media. Hello, aspiring wannabe. Hope you're doing well. You OCD, never. Well, I'm not, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that I don't have it, but I'm not gonna say it, but like, I don't think I have it, and I'm not diagnosed with it, so I have no reason to believe that I do. I feel like I would have been diagnosed if I did, because I was diagnosed with other stuff. I was diagnosed with ADHD and autism. So, you know, I'm a Femyoz. I worship Femi and all the mods, as you should, as you should. What religions were you? I can answer questions. I was a Lutheran, so Christian. Anyways, I don't think that there's any questions that you can answer with satisfactory answers that I would pose to you. I mean, let's see here. Same. Can I ask what made you uncomfortable? Yeah, so it wasn't just like a discomfort. It was, well, I mean, it was definitely uncomfortable, but it was, also illogical, right? So if it's the case that God is like all loving and all forgiving, right? And he's also like super just and he can do whatever he wants, then why would he send people to hell to suffer infinitely for their finite actions, with no second chances once they're dead? Like that just like seems to contradict everything that he supposedly stands for. And literally fucking nobody has been able to contend with that contradiction without doing mental gymnastics, essentially. Like all I get in response is mental gymnastics to try to justify it. If Trump started identifying as trans, would you accept them as the first woman president? Weird question, but yeah, I'd be like, okay, yep, that is the first, the first woman that has been elected as president. Not a very good one, probably the worst one, but you know, bad women are still women. I'm just saying. Now, for example, I didn't really like, I never really liked Hillary. Now, I don't think she's even close to being as bad as Trump, but I don't think she's like particularly good at all, right? I guess you could say it's a sort of a disliking, right? But I wouldn't be like, well, if she were to have gotten elected in 2016, I would have been like, well, actually, that's not the first woman to become president because she is bad. That's actually a man, right? I would accept Trump as the ugliest trans woman. Yeah, that's true. Look, I don't know. People that are ugly before transition are usually ugly after transition. But that's, well, no, it depends. Usually they look better after transition because they take better care of themselves. But presumably, if there's somebody that takes good care of themselves before and after, and like they take care of themselves equally, then presumably they'll be like the same scale of attractiveness to other people before and after, right? Though to themselves they'll look better, right? Anyways, prove you are trans. How do I do that? Like, what proof do you need? Could you show your belly button is crazy? My cat's over there. She's sleeping. Anyways, pine cone, that's true. Anyways, what was I saying? What was I, what in the schizophrenia was I talking about? I genuinely don't remember. Is being a woman all about self-ID? Or do you think it has to be some sort of brain structure thing? I think it's both depending on the context. So, a self-ID would be like my more, I wouldn't say, I guess, my practical slash, it would be like my practical solution for what I believe would be the most morally correct thing to do or whatever. It'd be like my philosophical position, I guess. Right? Right? As well as the fact that like, in terms of like the social categories that we've created, right? They're derived from sex, but they're not sex in of itself, right? So these are like entirely socially constructed, right? So there's no reason that somebody should be forced to adhere to one and then the other, right? So that's sort of my moral slash philosophical slash political positioning on the matter. The scientific positioning on the matter is, yeah, it most likely has some sort of neurological slash hormonal components to it, right? So I'm pretty sure that it's like in terms of like the actual science behind it, like yeah, I think that there are some theories that suggest that it's either neurochemical or has something to do with hormone washing that occurs within the womb before the person is even born, right? But yeah. Gender is fake and invented by the government. Do whatever you want forever. True. You're beautiful. Thank you. Anyways. Philosophy is based on truth. Do not identify yourself as your gender. No one in history has done that before the past couple decades, really. So everyone was just like non-binary. There were like no men or women. No gender just didn't exist. We lived in a gender abolitionist utopia. Is that so? Something tells me that that's not true. Anyways. I heard a simple definition of a woman made by a guy named Jovan Bradley, an adult person who gender aligns with their personal schema in the female sex. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that one before. I usually just go with like the someone that identifies within like the feminine social archetype and as an adult. Anyways, there's a storm where I am, and I was making brownies, and the lightning struck right outside the window, and it scared the crap out of me, and I sobbed. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. What are you wearing, girl? My clothes. You're so gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Jovan did get into some drama, but I still do subscribe to his rhetoric. What drama was he in? I actually want to know. I wish we could just remove things we don't like about our body and change it. You mean like if somebody doesn't like their nose, they can just like take it off and like put on like a new one, just like sort of like you're like your own fucking Build-A-Bear. That would be pretty cool. Or like you can take off like it's like, ah, fuck, my arms are like too big or something. Like you just like take them off and like make them smaller, like the reverse. Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. Dude, That would be sick as fuck, bro. Dude, think about like the trading market, bro. Like, I'd be like, dude, people would like trade like different body parts, and like some would be like more valuable than. Oh, but dude, people like trying to like steal them. Dude, imagine how many people would get kidnapped for their fucking body parts if that's. Dude, I'm overthinking this like one comment. And think about the societal ramifications and how this would affect the economy. And then there would be an entire black market, including people's body parts that they could reattach and whatnot. Anyways. Yeah. We could have a trans trade system where we give each other the parts that we don't want. Yeah. Dude, I could give dude, I would give a trans dude my dick. He could give me their pussy. They could give me their fucking titties, bro. Dude, that would be sick as fuck. Yo, I'll trade my brain for your dick. True. Give details, girl, about the clothes. What? Who wants my uterus? Starting bid -$2. Dude. I don't. That's one of the things I probably wouldn't want. Well, in all fairness, if I like wanted to have kids, I might like take all of like the internal female sex organs so that I could like, you know, have a kid that way. It's just like, I don't know. Because I don't want to go off HRT. I do, unironically. Yeah, that doesn't work. I know, I'm speaking in a hypothetical scenario where you can switch body parts just like easily. You could, yeah, obviously. Nobody is saying it's science. What are you on about? We're talking about a hypothetical universe in which you could just like take your arm off and swap it out for another one. Hypothetical bullshit. So, see, people that are like against using hypotheticals or like thinking about stuff that doesn't exist are just anti-creative. Like, you just hate creativity. You're like, you are anti-imagination. Like, people like you suck. Anyways. What was the Sabrina TW retracted message? What? Yes, it's the real one. I just checked. Bro, what is she doing in my chat? I haven't even talked about her in, like, ages. Anyways. Hard to believe. Hypothetically are not fantasies? Huh? What are you talking about? You can just... I'm sorry, you're just anti-imagination. Like, what are you talking about? What is this weird distinction? Like, are you saying that like it's not or it is? Like, what are you like? We're talking about like, yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this? And here's what we would do if this was the case. Like, what if this was different? Well, here's how this would affect things, and here are all the things that we could do, and here are the things that would cause issues. Like, it makes you use your imagination. That's a good thing. Like, I don't see how you could be against that. Hello, Infinity Gamer. But yeah, I don't know. But no, the fact of the matter is, like, I would unironically, like, if in that hypothetical, I would take, swapping out my internal sex organs for the female ones, and just, like, having a pregnancy over, I don't know, going off HRT for a few months, to be honest. Yeah, she might have typed in the wrong chat. Dude, did anybody screenshot it? If so, feel free to send it to me. I don't... Dude. Would impregnating yourself by your own sperm be incest? I would say morally, yes. Yes, Indy. I don't know if it, like... Would it constitute as that? I don't know. but I'd say it's morally equivalent because it would have all of the same issues as incest in terms of like how that would impact the it would be cloning. No, I don't think so. Wouldn't it have the same issues as in oh, maybe no. No, it wouldn't be cloning. It wouldn't be the same thing. Um, right? Because there would be many different possible. Because, like, for instance, like if there's like two people or whatever, right? And they have two kids, the kids aren't clones of each other. Like they're not the same person unless they're identical twins, right? So it wouldn't be a clone of me. I would assume it wouldn't be asexual reproduction. No, I don't know if would it be considered asexual reproduction. Either way, I don't think that the result would be much different from incest. I believe that whatever the result is would have serious medical complications for whatever you end up creating. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it would be logical for there to be medical complications for children who are byproducts of incest, but not ones that would be byproducts of somebody asexually reproducing like that. Can't some sharks reproduce asexually? Yes, but we're not sharks. No way we got self-cleaning gooners before GTA 6. Hello, how are you? Hello, George Baker Jr. Good to see you again. It's a sexual reproduction and blue seahorses do it? Damn. The blue seahorses must be AGP then. I'm pretty sure the child wouldn't even be alive. I don't know if that's true. Is that true? I actually have no idea. Leaving the moral charges alone, it would be a super interesting phenomenon if it were to happen. Yeah, if I was a scientist and I had no morals, like I would be exploring people that are able to both produce sperm and get pregnant. Because there are a few people that exist like that. Like yeah, Sabrina, be sure to not add your journalist to your group chat. Anyways, Sabrina looks like Nikocado Avocado. I think Hank Green did a video on that. Did he? Just eat a bunch of burgers and then split yourself into two perfect copies asexually. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Anyways. What if we turned into frogs? Then we would be gay, as the prophet Alex Jones has predicted. I'm not sure. Would it require some sort of conjoined twin in a specific area? Huh? I don't think it has anything to do with conjoined twins. I'd make a human centipede. I wouldn't. That's not interesting to me. Like if I don't know. Like if I like if there weren't like moral implications or like anything, like if I don't know. I feel like if in an alternate universe, if I was like a psychopath and just didn't care about morals, I feel like I would just be like a mad scientist. I'd be like, you know, experimenting on human beings is based actually. Because like I would genuinely want to know, right? Like I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be driven to find out things in like the simplest way possible that nobody else would, because like, well, everybody else is following standards of ethics. I'd be like, well, you know, I don't have to do that because, you know, I'm a psychopath. And then I would just figure everything out. Transferring consciousness would be so based. Dude, I always hear about essence transfer in Star Wars, and I'm like, I don't know, that feels a little bit too OP, but I don't know. Like, human centipede is so gross. Have you seen the centipede from South Park? I might have seen it from South Park. I never actually watched. Dude, I don't know. I don't fuck with like the weird like gore obsessed stuff. I don't know. That shit's like weird to me. I don't know. I Yo, my BF be in this chat. Is that real? Yo. Your BF has good taste then. If morals were out of the way, we'd cure cancer. No, I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't think that's true. I don't know. Maybe we'd cure it fast. I have no idea. Like the sin coder in Sixth Day, that idea was struck with me. A movie from the year 2000. I'm not familiar. Not gonna lie, your voice? What? What about it? Anyways. I saw an Amogus chicken McNugget selling on eBay. That's so random. Oh my god, I want to die. Gore is just funny? No, I don't know. I don't understand the appeal. I don't find it interesting. I don't find it funny without context. It's like, oh wow, look at the gross thing. That sure is gross. Cure cancer with love. You're like if Barbie and Ken had a baby because you're perfect. Aw, thank you. Do the boy sound?
What boy sound? I don't know what you're on about.
I'm too squeamish. I'm like a little bit. I'd say am I less squeamish than the average person? I think I am. Is it just me or did the gayness of the room go up when Femi started streaming? I think that has to be the case, yeah. Beat me like a drum master? What in the fuck does that even mean? Your boy voice sounds weird and unnatural. I mean...
Yeah, it's kind of like forced.
But yeah. Hello, Shrek GF. Good to see you again. Hear me out. Hear me out indeed. I agree. I'll hear you out. Why? What is your name, dear? And do you have green eyes? My name is Barbara Herman III, and I have eyes that are yellow because I'm a Sith Lord. That's right. I wish I had your boy voice.
Wait, really? Yo, dude, wanna swap? We could swap, bruh. You want my boy voice? I'll take your girl voice. Or...
Yeah, anyways. You look like if a man and a woman had a baby? True. Anyways. Hear me out. 3. I wouldn't mind, that's all I'm saying. Hey, you have good taste and you admit it. You know? It seems pretty based to me. I have such a girl voice, you want mine? I sound 12. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I'll take a girl voice. Hell yeah. You can have my guy voice. You can take my vocal cords. You sound like trash? Well, I hate to break it to you, but people seem to watch me regardless. That's all I'm saying. They watch me and not you. That's all I can say. Give me your vocal cords. Yes. Here are your vocal cords. Kinda gay. I'm gay for this motherfucker, as you should be. But yeah. So do you have the hot dog or the bun? Ah, yes, the two genders, hot dog and bun. Exactly. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and bestowing it upon us. Z Forbidden Noodles. You sound like Invader Zim sometimes. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be so real. I have no idea. Elon Musk is gone from the White House? So I've heard. Which is good news, by the way. Apparently he's having a very bad day, which has made my day better, you know? I was like kind of feeling a little bit depressed, low-key. And, once I found out about that, I'm like, it's not such a bad day. But yeah. Anyways. With that being said, I think this is going to be the end of this stream, probably. Because I'm a little bit low energy. If you couldn't tell, I hadn't taken my Adderall at all or anything today, so. And now that I'm like more used to my Adderall and like I haven't even gotten that much sleep, you know, I'm not doing so well in terms of that. Nah, I want him in the spotlight to show how disgusting they are. Yeah, that was the other thing that went through my mind is like, I don't know, like this like accelerationist idea of like he's gonna make them look worse. So maybe it'll just like put the Republicans at like a major disadvantage down the line. His daughter Vivian is charming. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You know. She's everything Elon wishes he could be. But yeah, Elon is by far one of the most unlikable people ever. Yeah, we could do a server VC. But yeah, Snow, I think I've seen you in a couple streams, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to add me on Discord. My Discord is Femyoz, Femyoz, and then I'll invite you to the Discord server. And then same thing with you. Do I invite anybody else? Is Shatterhacked in the server? If not, same goes for you. I just say who you are. And then who else? Anybody else want in? If anybody else wants in, let me know. Invite me. You're already in the server, idiot. Imagine being a transphobe who CRISPR engineers a son and gets a daughter. The human soul is thus real. Don't at me. So real. Can I share the worst thing of all time? I share a birthday with Elon, and the funniest of all time. We share a B-day with Stonehenge. Oh my. Randy Hobbs wants your 2 dicks? Oh. I see. Of course, of course. Awesome stuff. Anyways. What's the server? It's like a community server that I run, and it's like a little bit dead right now, but I'm gonna revive it. I've just been inactive, and it sort of dwindled without me, but it's like an exclusive invite server where I find people that are active in my chat, and then it's basically like my chat, but off stream, and you guys get to talk to me personally, and I think it's cool. Why so serious? I don't know, Walter Extra White. Isn't that what the Joker is supposed to say? Elon Musk or Chris Chan? I unironically think that Chris Chan has more charisma than Elon Musk. Because at least Chris Chan's got like a little bit of like a... Like he's got like a little bit of... Like at least Chris Chan like genuinely is like... I mean, they're delusional, but like they think that they're like genuinely like saving the world and stuff with like the dimensional merge, and like they think that they're doing something good, right? Like they're not like they don't try to be a bad person, right? They're just delusional. Like they don't understand what they're doing, whereas Elon is actively malicious. You look so adorable. Thank you. But yeah. Hi from Greece. Why hello. Hope you're doing well. But yeah. Hit the second base yet? Question mark. Ayo. Dude, Elon's Elden Ring build is horrendous. Hello, Seal Ant. Hope you're doing well. Chris Chan has at least some history. Yeah, I don't know. Elon Musk breaks mirrors when he looks into them. Yeah, fair. Is your YouTube name the same as your Discord? Yes. Yes, my YouTube username and Discord username are the same. It's just Femyoz, Femyoz. So yeah, Snow, just add me and then say who you are on YouTube. And yeah. And then I'll add you back. Hey, I would still like to fuck your face. Thank you for sharing, Seal Ant. Your contribution is very much appreciated. Nah, why'd I start jorking it? Great question. Hello, Femyoz. Hello, Grey Gorgay. I hope you're doing well. Could you do a magic trick? Uh, yeah, dude. Hold on. I bet I could.